You guys would have recently seen at the Crunchyroll Expo panel that they've recently announced that Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2 and Season 3 have been announced and are going into post-production. At least Season 2 is, and Season 3 has been given the green light to go ahead. It was announced at the Crunchyroll Expo, and it was announced by the team behind the Rising of the Shield Hero. The panel attendees were the first to find out that Naofumi's adventures are far from over. There's a second season of the popular isekai, which is great. It's looking at the key visuals that they provided. It appears to be based around Book 6. The first season of Rising of the Shield Hero was based from within the light novels from Book 1 to Book 5, and there were some bits and bobs that were kind of cut from other books. I won't go into any details on which books they kind of cut from, but pretty much the story is book 1 to Book 5, where they start at the beginning and then where they meet Lark and have the final showdown with Glass. But yeah, Book 6, it seems like it's going to be based around Book 6. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing maybe like a five story, 5 books per season basis. My guess would be that even though season 1 was quite jammed full of information, it was fairly they kind of cut out some key bits, but I think with this season of Rising of the Shield Hero, they're going to have to stay pretty close to the script in the book, because it all is very important information that they can't really overlook, unless if they just kind of if they give you details on it, but they just kind of side path it. I don't know if that'd be the correct term, but just kind of like give you the information rather than showing you what happens, because there's so many massive fights and key scenarios in this. That's great. Looking at the key visual, we can see, I'm assuming this is Queenie down here at the bottom right with her crown, just that basis. Then we have Philo, Rishia, Raphtalia, and Naofumi. There's one character is missing, but I won't give any names on that, because if some of you aren't aware, there's going to be another introduction, but we won't spoil that, unless that's a bit of a spoiler, I don't know. But I'll probably maybe leave spoilers things, but I'm not going to announce any major plot lines of this. But yeah, I can kind of guess where they're going to be going with the 2 seasons. My guess would be the start of the Spirit Tortoise, which is this creature here, which is not really a surprise. The 6th book is called, I think it's Rise of the Spirit Tortoise, or Awakening of the Spirit Tortoise, something like that. I can't remember, I read it like a week or 2 ago. But yeah, it seems pretty good. And also just judging from how I've read the book 6 and 7, it's very descriptive and goes into a highly details. Possibly that could be stuff that could be like chapters could be cut out. It's hard to tell, but there's a lot of important underlying information in that in those books that they could probably even fit into the entire seasons. I imagine hopefully they do another 24 episode season where they kind of keep it consistent. But yeah, I imagine I don't think they've announced when it's coming out, but I would guess probably end of 2020 to early 2021. They could smash it out maybe early 2020, but I would highly doubt that if they want to keep to the same consistency as they did last year. Or not last year, this year. But yeah, this is a very good anime. The books are amazing. Arguably the books are a tiny bit better, just because they go into a little more detail than you would expect. I know it's the classic trope where it's like, oh, the books are always better than the adapted versions. But in this situation, I'd say it's like light novel, anime, and then the manga. The manga is supposedly not great at all. It's very, it cuts out a lot of key moments, where the book it gives you so much, but it's written so well, and it just translates so well. I'm currently on book 10. I'm really enjoying them. I'll put a link in the description where you guys can pick them up. You can get them on Amazon as a physical book, which is my preferred reading preference. Some people like it from Kindles and whatnot. You can get them. The Kindles, I believe, are actually cheaper as well, so that's an option to go for. They're about £10. I don't know what the equivalent would be in dollars, maybe 12, 13. per book, which is pretty decent. They go up to the author has about 22 books at the moment, and if you get them through Amazon, he has 13 released at the moment, or at least translated fully. There's one book that comes out translated every 3 months or so. There's one coming on October, 14 comes out in October, 15 comes out in December, and 16 comes out in March, I believe. I've been pre-ordered, so I imagine they'll keep that 3-month cycle going. I imagine it's just a case of just translating the books. But yeah, I really enjoyed them. They're all fairly well written. Yeah, so I'm excited to see how this will turn out. Definitely recommend, if you guys can't get over that Rising of the Shield Hero hype, to definitely pick up the books. They're well worth it. If you want to pick up from where the anime ends, 6 is definitely where you want to start. But for me, I started from book. I watched the entire series and then went back and read 1 to 5, and then I've read some of the subsequent books since then. I'm on 10 currently, and I have to make my way through up to 13, and then eventually get the others. I think you can get some of the books online, maybe through the webcomics. I think it's Aniko is the author, and I believe somebody has some of his stuff just online. You can read it like a PDF or whatever, but I think the books are much better preference. Well, that'd be my preference at least. But yeah, you guys should definitely check it out. It's pretty sick. They read really well, and that's one of the main things I really enjoyed about it, because it's translated very well. That there's nothing that's lost in translation, bar the general kind of like otaku and isekai themes. Like, there's no real words for that. Like, other than that, that's the only difference. But like, if you know what otaku and isekai means in that kind of general terminology, and then just the names. But even at that, that's just the character names. But a lot of them, like, other than your main protagonist, it's more of a Japanese name, which is the whole premise of the show, that a guy from Japan got transported to, I was going to say a Midwest or early kind of European-esque landscape in a fantasy setting, which is to be expected, of course. But yeah, it's so good. I definitely recommend it, and I really hope that certain individual Glasses is the main antagonist for season 3. I know it's a bit of a spoiler, I know, but there's some stuff in there that's fucking sick. Like, if they actually make it, like, oh my god, it'd be so goddamn good. But yeah, definitely well worth investing if you guys want to check them out. But yeah, so I guess I'll end it there. I'll put links in the description below if you guys want to check out the articles, and there's some stuff on Crunchyroll's YouTube channels and on their main page, and I'll put the links to them below. And I'll put the links to the books as well if you guys want to pick them up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.